Mega144, thank you for the follow. Yes, I ran a red sector last night. Yes, I know. Are you running the last scenario from yesterday's stream? No. We've got a full day of streams to run, scenarios to run today. I'll probably run that scenario next week or the week after or whenever. I sure hope nobody clipped it. Yeah, well, if anyone was going to clip it. Good morning, driver. Today you'll be driving service 1S30 1107 London Victoria to Dover Priory, but only as far as Faversham. You'll be calling at Bromley South, Longfield, Mepham, Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham, Rainham, Newington, Sittingbourne, Tenham and Faversham, where another driver will take over. Oh, I wish this view tracker... The only thing wrong with the view tracker at the moment is it just randomly crashes for some reason. Right. Doors. The green screen's going to get messed up in a bit, BMJ, so I'll sort it once bacon's out of the way. Possibly, but View Tracker was already open, Stephen Jam, that's the thing. I'd already set View Tracker up, and then by the time the game was ready to run, it had died. Never mind. Let's make a move. Hello. Oh, hello. Pause the game for just a minute. We've got bacon and we've got the wrong sauce. Okay, we've got the wrong sauce. Just highlighting this out. The wrong sauce has now been applied to the bacon. And I'm just going to turn the camera off real quick. Because no one needs to see this. Right. Let's get going. Drive trains while we eat bacon. Of course, there'll be no words from Matt for about 5 minutes. No. Munching to be done. moment my bacon butty just wants to leak some sauce everywhere. The Lost Island, thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. .45 limit. Hey BLCW, how you doing? Chat's not working? How do you mean? Seems to be. You've just driven into Victoria with a 460. Nice. Do you plan to add bacon in TSW? As much as I like bacon and believe that bacon makes everything better, I don't know if there is a a way to add bacon to TSW, it has to be said. Doing this with the HUD, I've not really mastered any route then without needing a HUD. I don't know where the speed limits are. I enjoy all routes, but it means that I don't actually master any of them. Jack of all routes, master of none. Oh, actually, BLCW. Steam Loco with the option to place bacon and egg on the shovel and put it in firebox. You might be onto something there. Single red, single yellow coming up. Right, we're not stopping here. Drop to 45 in a minute. Why do I use View Tracker instead of Track IR? Because I haven't got to put anything on my head with View Tracker. It just works. Which is liberating. Let's get up to the speed limit. My bacon is almost gone. Very sad. Hey Cutman, how are you doing? DJSB, thank you very much for the cheers. And overnight, it looks like Direct Relief's total's gone up. They're up to 135,000 now. It was about 119 when we went to when we stopped last night. Oh, that was amazing. Thank you to my wife. Sharky, you asked a question about sweets having to be halal. It's because some sweets have got gelatin in them. Gelatin is made from animal stuffs. Had to be careful of that when we were in when we lived in London. You know, the kids would bring in sweets, not stopping at Kent House, that's to go via. Kids would bring in sweets for birthdays, but there was a high percentage of you know, people in the class that were Muslim, and we needed to make sure that nothing contained animal products in there. Bromley South is our first station stop. 2.4 miles for Bromley South. There's Bromley coming up. Good morning, Mole Junction. See a platform coming up and think, should I be stopping here? No. Don't forget to drink water, the mods. Thank you. Hey, bonsoir. Wow, I see. Yes, it does show up over here. Yeah, you're right. Morning, Rob. How's it going? Rob Jansen. The train even has a nameplate, does it? Hospice in the Weald. Are they nameplates on these things, or are they just stickers or something, Danny? DJ SB, thank you for the cheers. Oh, Chris, did I say thank you for your cheers earlier on? Thank you very much. Either way. $60 limit here, and next station is Longfield in 12.4 miles. Chris, thank you for the cheers again. Fill it to the top. Oh, I think we're almost there. We've almost filled it. That must have pretty much filled it, yeah. Fab Diva, resub 23 months. There goes the sub bomb into the cup. Thank you very much, Fab Diva. 23 months. Since this time I've got the subscriptions right. Now for the bomb. Thank you very much. Mold Junction, thank you very much. He says, well done, Matt. Keep it going. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mold Junction. That brings our total to 2156, 2158, 2157.95. Probably 2157.95. That's really cool, folks. It's a good start to the day. The question is, where can we end up today? Past the 90, isn't it? Time to speed up. Strew Junction signal is calling your name. Yeah, thanks, Crankybot. Thanks for reminding me. Morning, Mickey. Alright, see you back, Kiltman. It's showing clean up here. Chris, thank you again for the cheers. Yeah, filling the glass back up again. North Junction would have been on yesterday, but was travelling back from Ireland. Had intended to watch on your laptop on the ferry, but Storm did. You've got to stop to that. Anything you looked at was the bottom of what they now call a comfort bag. Your sea legs let you down and your nose sailor. I remember when a friend and I were driving his car and some of his stuff because he was moving from Finland back to the UK, and so we, while his wife and child took a plane, I flew over there and the two of us drove the car back, which is a really good road trip, you know, driving from Finland to back to the UK. And yeah, the boat trip was interesting. We did originally intended to get the boat from Denmark across to the UK, but the weather had meant that the boat hadn't. By the time we were sort of expecting to be getting on the boat, it hadn't even left the UK yet. So well, they came up with another suggestion that we drive to Hamburg in Germany and catch a boat from there. So we drove from Denmark to Hamburg, and then and caught the boat from Hamburg. That was really nice actually, because it goes up when you leave Hamburg docks. There's it spends quite a long time basically going along what is, I guess, is a wide river, cutting a channel that's cut in there to allow these big ships to come in and out. Whereas Denmark, you're pretty much straight into the sea. So that was quite unusual. Driving, sailing past land for ages. That is some diversion. It was a bit. Because the problem was the rest of the trip had all been fully planned. Because neither of us are massively comfortable in driving in Europe. But well, he did all the driving, I did all the navigating. So. Corvan, thank you very much for that donation. Very much appreciated. We're now at 21.84. Keep them coming in, folks. Let's keep those donations coming in. It's all good for good cause. Children in need. Times like those call for TomTom Satnav. There was no such thing, Cranky Bot. No such thing. This was before the times of TomTom Satnav. This was pulling out your map books. There was no Google Maps. Thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know which boat it was. I'm not sure it was DFDS though. It might have been, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember, Fab Diva. I've been on Downer Anglia and Downer Regina before, because when we were younger, we went to Legoland. And that was Downer Anglia one way and Downer Regina the other. Stopping at Longfield. Yeah, we're almost to 2200. Strong start for the morning. Running a little ahead of schedule, so we're okay. Oh, in fact, we're running a lot ahead of schedule. We'll do Moggy, 1 second. Last night was horrendous. 5 hours on board. We were in first class, but unable to avail ourselves of any of the complimentary food and drink, because food was the last thing we needed. It was a Stena vessel who decided to sail. Irish ferries cancelled all their sailings, and now you understand why. Yeah, really. Mickey, you really loved time without sat-nav. We had a Shell road book in the truck. Look where to go. When you came at that city, stop by the road map along the curve, and easy remember 20 turns to your destination. Yeah, it was, on the one hand, it felt more like puzzle solving when you're driving previously, whereas now it just feels like it gives you the answer. But on the other hand, I kind of like it just giving me the answer. I don't drive because I want a... I guess I'm different to a lot, because for me, driving is not so much a pleasure as a necessity. And therefore, I just want it done and out the way. But yes, there was some degree of... there were some times it was like I quite enjoyed the planning of it, working out, writing notes down, working out backup plans and so forth, and then having over the tabs in your MacBook so that you could see what you could quickly get to where you wanted to look for, and printing out bits of or taking copies of maps and blowing them up and drawing on the bits that I was interested in, and working platform cameras be interesting, wouldn't they? UE4 can potentially do that, but it costs your frame rate. Because you could attach a camera, for example, to an in-game camera. You could attach it to a camera set up here, and when you stop, have that camera feed a display going on in here. Need to find a nice cheap way of making that work, though. Oh, I've generally had much better experience. I find I'm much more confident driving my sat-nav than I ever was without sat-nav. But you always want to check the route and make sure it's sensible. Sat-nav can never beat local knowledge. And sometimes looking at it and saying, yes, that's the shortest route, but no, I'm not taking it. I'll take a longer route, and because it'll be a more comfortable drive, reroute it and then do that one, and then let it flag up if there's any traffic issues and so forth along the way. That's something I find quite fun. There's been more than one. Where are we going, by the way? Mepham. There's been a couple of times I've been doing a journey and sat-nav has rerouted me because of traffic. And then in one instance, I can't remember where I was going exactly, but it brought me off the M25 a junction early, two or three junctions early. The road ran alongside the M25. The junction that we wanted to take, it took me a different way round that junction and up alongside, I think it was the M1 or something like that. And all the time we could see the M25 and the M1, and it was solid, stopped traffic. And we went through all this entire mess without any sort of special planning or anything, and it was almost like it wasn't there at all. I was really impressed with that. I mean, there's been other times where it's rerouted me, and I've looked at the M25 or whatever road it's routed me past, and it's been completely clear. And it's like, well, why am I going along this road? That road looks fine. Probably because it's using out-of-date information or something. Yeah, sometimes the best bet, BRCW, is you just drive. You like, actually, no, I want to go this way. You'll take that exit, and then you'll catch up in a minute, and you'll figure out where I'm going. Used to use TomTom excessively for the journeys to exhibitions. Yeah, exactly. The fastest and shortest thing. That's one of the things that traps you a lot. Because I think certainly the earlier Google ones were all based on they'd give you the shortest route, and you'd end up winding through back roads all over the place. Had to keep remembering to switch it back to fastest route. So I don't care how short the route is. I'd like to not be winding around dark back alleys and things. Oh, sorry, I've not been looking at donations. Chris, thank you for your donation, very much appreciated. And mysterious furry donation of £5 has come in as well. Thank you very, very much, Moggy. Let me turn that off because it seems to confuse people. Gamer called Chris, thank you for the follow. There you go, CG. Is that better? I keep forgetting. It's like ETS2 where SatNav makes you come off and come back on again just because it's shorter. Oh, that's only marginally annoying. Really annoying. .70 limit going up to 75. Rochester New is next. Yeah, I generally use Google Maps for navigation now. It's very, very good. I like the fact that you can also, if you set a route up, you can have it download everything so that it doesn't need internet connection either. That's really, really useful. One of the things in the early days that stopped me using it because I kept going into areas that had limited satellite coverage, and that'd be it. You'd be stuffed. Be driving along with the map gradually disappearing out from under you. Good morning, Ed. How are you doing? I think, Sharky, it depends. There's different types of mental health issues, isn't there? Some of them may have no impact on driving, and some may just need to be handled in a certain way. So it's not a case that all issues can block it off. So it's not really black and white like that. BKNS, I'm using a thing called View Tracker. Just uses a webcam. It's on Steam. I like it a lot. Takes a bit to get it set up comfortably, but I've found it to be very usable, and means I haven't got to wear rubbish on my head. Any more so than I'm already wearing rubbish on my head, but that's for a different reason. You said whistle though. That's the depot whistle, BRCW. Warning of the drop to 30. Do we go past DTG office on this route? No. It comes pretty close. Google Maps and public transport is good. I must admit I've not tried that. When we get to Rochester, I'll see if I can find the office. I think there's the modelling does go just about out as far as where the office is, although it doesn't actually model the office as such. No, because it's so far away from the track, Sharky, that there's little point. It's not. It's something you have to go out of your way to have a look at. And it would look odd if it was done all right, but nothing else was around it. Rochester Bridge. There's our submarine over there. No, that's not the sub that was in the dockyard. That sub is still at the dockyard. That's a it's a German U-boat, isn't it? That ran aground. Right, so this... Is this the dockyard? Yeah, this is the dockyard. Well, I've got my bearings correct. Which means that's probably where our office is now then. Can't really see quite what I'm looking at here. Did I get that right, Danny? Was I in the right place? Right, on to Chatham. Hey there, Mr. A320 Master. Yeah, cold is actually, it's not been bothering me at all so far. Touch wood. Rochester Old. But this is what there is. They moved the station down a little bit, so this was where Rochester used to be, and this is about all there is left of it. And this is where they moved it to, just down the line a little bit. They moved the station for better parking, better station facilities. And nearer to Rochester, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Just noticed the donation which I missed earlier on from my father and mum. Continue with your good work. Thank you very much indeed, Dad and Mum. Very much appreciated. That gets us up to 2313. The window keeps disappearing off the screen. Right, next station is Gillingham. Lord Lemonator, you're loving the hoodie. Yeah, the hoodie is awesome. Gillingham next, 1.1 miles. Yeah, the team did a good job on this one, didn't they, Nerf My Age? It's instantly recognisable where you are. But I suppose if there's one route you should be able to get right, spot on, it's the one in your back garden. It's your birthday on Friday, you're looking at getting a new keyboard, Lord Lemonade. Oh, nice. What sort of things are you looking at? Oh, no, don't get me wrong, BRCW. The team pretty much nail most of the routes they're doing. Put it on a projector because you get the full cab. I don't know what you mean, Sharky. I mean, you pretty much put it on a projector, you'll still just get the same 1920 by 1080 screen. The fob could be adjusted, yeah, this is true. So the keyboard I'm using is a Cooler Master Master Keys Pro, which I quite like. Love to enter my passenger stations at high speed and launch passengers down the train. Yeah, why not? Help them off. Basically, you open the front centre door, slam the brakes on, they all pile out the front of the train, and then you just tell them make sure they get out of the way before you start moving. Yeah, the IEC is just over there. Yep, you can alter the valve long pane crypts as a command line parameter you can issue, which will reduce. You can change the default FOV, including drawing it back. I can't remember what default FOV is. I do have it set back a bit more than normal. Sharky, TrainSim only really supports multi-monitor insofar as stretching one screen around it. But you can't have three separate screens, if you see what I mean. But you can turn it into using it like Nvidia's screen. I can't remember what they call it now, but it makes it into one giant wide screen. So you could, and I'd recommend 3 monitors rather than 2. But then if you turn that into one virtual screen, then you can move it across nicely. You just do it in the launch properties, as far as I'm aware, BRCW. Right, tough to Rainham. The old signal box just up here. Which is the level crossing I keep getting stuck at. It's even got the random clock. That random clock there, which is actually there in reality. Why does the TSW editor need so much RAM? I have no idea. No clue. So a good chunk of that is that's just how Unreal works. Unreal requires quite a lot of memory. Imagine how many computers have at work. Most of them have got 32 now. Even my laptop that I use on the demo of the demo stream, that one's my normal laptop, that's got 32 now. Although, I've done quite a lot of work with that one on TSW for things like service mode, all on 16 gig of RAM, so 16 is perfectly usable these days with a lot of the optimizations the team have made. But no, I would not want to use the editor on 8 gig. No way. Nerf, are you local to the area then? Oh, you drive 395s over it. Oh, nice. I don't know if you're aware of or familiar with Smart's Crossing then. Here. A little bit of a favourite train spotting haunt. I did a video actually here with Cameron. Watching trains whizzing up and down. Also good for kids chucking stuff at ours. Yeah, no, that's somehow that doesn't surprise me. DJ SB, thank you for the cheers, much appreciated. Yeah, thanks, Rob. Newington, Sittingbourne, Tenham and Faversham. It looks much better at 75 down and 90 up. Forgot about the lousy brakes on a B12 and rammed the buffers at Norwich yesterday. Whoops. Good morning, Mr. Baked Bean Kid. How are you doing? Coming up on Newington. I think if you're using words like trespass, you've already determined that it's illegal, TSW. No, you absolutely should not be going anywhere near railroad property. Ever. How are we doing time-wise? We're alright. There's the stop marker up there. Crucible, the new trend in the UK is to have platform staff talk to spotters on platform ends. How do you mean? What headphones am I using? Just the cheap ones that came with my Sony Ericsson phone. My Sony Xperia. I did buy a set of headphones, but they're in a bag somewhere. These ones work fine, to be honest. Sittingbourne. XN, thank you very much for the cheers. Here comes XN again, filling up that mug. Thank you very much, XN. The times that I've been spotting, mostly what they've been wanting to make sure of is that it's that any filming is for non-commercial purposes. It seems to be the gist of the questions they've asked me. DJ SB, thank you for the cheers. Speed up to 80. Technically, yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't do it anymore, Baked Bean Kid. Although I think mostly what they're talking about is like TV filming and movie filming and that sort of thing. But yeah, according to the letter of the description, that's one of the reasons, because I can't honestly say it's just for personal use, so I don't do it anymore. Coming up on Sittingbourne now. I was thinking that maybe in the summer Cameron and I might head over to Nebworth Station again and do a stream from there, because they seem really quite happy. It's very easy to get permission from the office there when I got there. No, I think there was a concert or something there, Danny, that may have got there before me. I've had mixed results from that nerf my age, because sometimes it's you know, when I've emailed people or when I've tried to contact them at the company, effectively the views come back is you need to get it agreed with the station master. You can only agree with the station master on the day, so all you can end up doing is turning up on the day, being told, "Oh, you should have got this agreed 2 weeks in advance in writing." And so I was like, "Well, but they told me I couldn't." It's just like, well, someone make your mind up, please. I think it was Southeastern actually as well. I can't remember what happened there. We went train spotting. We wanted to go train spotting there. We arrived. We spoke to somebody and basically we had to leave. What exactly are they protesting about? I don't even know. It's the whole, we think you might... is it a commercial use of film? We don't know. It must be agreed. There's a procedure. They even showed me in the little booklet. And it was just like, but that's not us. My son just wants to capture films and I'm here to be with him. So, because Cameron's YouTube account isn't monetized, I don't think. No, in fact, no, it isn't. So... it only seems to cause Cameron a problem if I go with him. Interestingly, if he goes on his own, he has a great time, never has any problem with the platform staff, or rarely has a problem with platform staff, and has a really good time. If I go with him, 100% of the time I've gone with him, we've not been able to get permission and had to leave. It's really odd. It's like the presence of an adult must mean commercial filming is underway. Nefariousness. I mean, they were very nice about it, don't get me wrong. I'm certainly not complaining about the staff. They were very polite, but it ruined the day. Tenham, 2 miles. Was I wearing this outfit at the time? No, maybe I should do that. No, you're right, Fab Devo. I mean, it's like Smarts Crossing is quite an interesting place to go. I think the trick is to try and find other places that around the railway that, without trespassing, obviously, that you can take pictures and capture video that are safe and that are okay. I do prefer Cameron when he goes out to stay on the platforms though, so get permission and stay on the platforms. That way he never leaves the station. Coming up on Denham. Cameron does a combination of the two BRCW. He takes his he uses his phone on a tripod to capture video because he can record 4K at 60 FPS on his phone, and then he has a Canon stills camera that he uses. See you later, Chris. It's not just policy, is it, Crucible? You are literally not allowed to wear a vis unless a high vis on the railway. It's a specific no. Glen Agut, what do you mean FPCs? FPCS? Morning, Katie. Yeah, sorry that took so long, Katie. Faversham, which I believe is our final stop. Hey there, Yorkie Bob. Nerf, have you seen the 395 in Train Sim then? You watched my fail last night? Oh, good, good, good. In my defence, Governor, I was on the 15th, so I was working on the 16th hour of my shift. What's lunch day? No idea. Not thinking about that yet. Only if you've got a large donation coming our way, Baked Bean Kid. No idea when the winter sale starts, BMJ. None at all. It is raining in the game. You can only just see it on the screen. Oh, see you later, darkness. How was the bacon roll? It was tolerable. Three and a half hour mystery tour of Kent, St Pancras to St Pancras. Oh wow, that's interesting. Is that the one that goes out to like Dover, Ramsgate, and then back in the other way? How can bacon be just tolerable? Add ketchup to it. See you later, DJ SB. Where are we going? We're going to a place. It's probably a running stop. Morning, Bells back. Oh, right, okay. We'll just end that.